College of Music faculty, graduate students, and undergraduates are actively engaged in a variety of types of research and creative activities. When thinking of music research, music therapy or music education might come to mind first, or perhaps musicologists or music theorists writing books and articles, but all areas of the College of Music have researchers at work. The term research can be defined in various ways, but in the context of the university, research includes establishing or confirming facts, contribution to the discovery of new knowledge, expanding or reaffirming past work, practical application of previous research, development of new educational techniques, and many other forms of creative activity. Evidence of research and other creative activity include, but are not limited to, published books, chapters in books or textbooks, articles and reviews in professional journals, musical compositions, exhibits of paintings and sculpture, works of performing art, including musical performances, and papers presented at meetings of professional societies. For those who research and write, knowing how to use and cite sources, how to design a research project, and methods of presenting information clearly will be essential skills, as will techniques of writing and editing. Different areas within music have different expectations for written research. Some areas favor particular types of research. Your area faculty will provide guidance as to what the expectations are for your chosen concentration. There are many types of research employed by music professionals, including descriptive, formative, phenomenological, ethnographic, longitudinal, qualitative, experimental, oral history, quantitative, and fieldwork. Prior to publication, books and articles are typically subject to a peer review process that includes thorough review of the materials by other scholars working on similar research and their adjudication of the quality and contributions of the article or book. Peer review processes are typically blind, meaning that the person reviewing the research does not know whose work he or she is reviewing, and that the author will not know who has reviewed his or her work. Editors may also review the work, though they will typically know the identity and affiliation of the author. After peer review, the author of the work is normally given questions to answer or criticisms to address as a part of the editorial process. The work may be accepted or rejected based on the peer review, or accepted pending revisions. The peer review process is also employed to select papers to be presented at conferences and to adjudicate recordings of performances or compositions that are submitted for competitions. Though performance faculty and students may engage in other types of research as well, their primary contributions may be in creative activity, such as music performance, whether it's live or recorded, conducting or coaching music performances, music composition or arranging, or preparation of music for commercial purposes, recordings, or other media. Performance as a creative activity requires the same type of concentrated, careful attention to detail as do other types of research activities. Performers are responsible not only for researching and preparing an excellent performance, but also have responsibilities in working collaboratively with others with whom they perform, including soloists, accompanists, conductors, and members of ensembles. The College of Music provides an extraordinary range of opportunities for performance. There may be a temptation to engage as many of them as possible in your first term. Adequate time must be allocated to preparation for performance, both on one's own and with others. Consult with your performance area faculty regarding both how many and which performance opportunities are most appropriate for you to prioritize at this time. While performance-related creative activities are often collaborative, and research in music education or music therapy may have multiple collaborative authors, it is less common for other types of music researchers to work collaboratively. Collaborative research allows exploration of the creative synergies possible through combining researchers with different experiences, viewpoints, and areas of expertise. While taking a little more effort to initiate and coordinate, this type of research can be rewarding. Florida State University particularly encourages collaboration of researchers from different disciplines, and the College of Music has a history of research in which musicians work with researchers from other parts of the university, or where the research itself crosses boundaries. Recent collaborations include musicians researching with mathematicians, computer scientists, dancers, visual artists, actors and directors, psychologists, speech pathologists, and others. As Florida State University's College of Music resides within a full-service university, with many colleges and schools and researchers in diverse areas, this location provides a wealth of opportunities for creative, collaborative work across disciplines, as well as across different areas within the College of Music itself. Researchers are also expected to avoid a conflict of interest, a situation in which a researcher is involved in multiple interests, financial or otherwise, one of which could possibly influence the decision-making of that individual in regard to conduct or presentation of research. Researchers should avoid situations where there is potential for a secondary interest, other than the main interest of conducting honest research, to influence research outcomes. Most examples given of conflict of interest involve a researcher making choices based on potential financial gain. These are perhaps less applicable to musicians because of the lack of that type of funding support for music research. It is also considered unethical to employ or study family members in the conduct of research, as their roles as research participants or subjects and their roles as family might be in conflict. Research and creative activities undertaken by faculty, staff, and students at FSU must be conducted in an ethical and responsible manner, following applicable federal or other governmental requirements and university policies and procedures. These include appropriate citation of sources, accurate representation of your work on your curriculum vitae, intellectual honesty, and ethical treatment of human subjects. These topics will be explored in other videos in this series. This concludes the video on research and creative activity in the College of Music.